City's dispensaries hosted events commemorating 420, a day recognizing the consumption and use of the marijuana plant. Western Mass News reporter Olivia Hickey joins us live in studio with more. Olivia?
Glenn, one was a joint block party celebration hosted by Canna Provisions and Holyoke Cannabis Dispensary.
Today you can find tons of quality cannabis all over the store. We have a huge menu and we have something for everybody, honestly.
Today's event was more than shopping and celebrating. It was an opportunity to discuss cannabis regulation in the Bay State. We're told Holyoke Mayor Joshua Garcia was in attendance, talking about how cannabis can continue to be used as a tool for tourism, boost economic development, and more through social consumption in the city. A statement was shared with Western Mass News that reads in part, on-site cannabis consumption is the missing link for the cannabis industry to have a positive impact on economic development, tourism, and public safety for cities like Holyoke. We need the ability to issue a one-day on-site consumption permits similar to one-day liquor licenses for events and to have a bricks and mortar licensed business that is safe and legal for consumers to visit. Now, today's event was scheduled to end moments ago at 6, but our coverage of today's event continues tonight at 10 and 11. Reporting in studio, Olivia Hickey, Western Mass News.
Thank you, Olivia, for that live report.